What's up guys, it's RJ back again with another pair of shoes. Today, something honestly completely different than anything I thought I'd ever buy, let alone wear, but I had to pick these up. I saw them on an Instagram account. One second. Had to pull that account up, make sure I had it right for you. My boy JD, shout out to him. I saw these on his account first. Right when I saw them, they caught my eye. Go follow him. He's at kicks.guy. I'll leave that right here for you so if anybody wants to follow him, you can. Great account. The dude has an insane collection. Always posting dope pics, so go follow him. But nonetheless, shout out to him for putting me onto these. And without further ado, we're talking about a Puma. And I don't want to butcher the name too bad. I believe it's pronounced Tsugi Shinsei. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. It's definitely Japanese. I have no background in Japanese at all. My apologies in advance if I did in fact kill it. But regardless, the shoe's badass. There's so much detail, so much innovation, and it's just a completely different shoe than anything I've ever personally owned or even seen really anywhere. So I really have no idea where to start. Let's just go with a little bit that I know about Puma. Is that the company was founded and started by the brother of the man who started Adidas way back when. Obviously, they were competitors then, they're competitors now. Puma doesn't rank on the food chain anywhere near Adidas or anything at all, but they have produced a shoe that caught my eye. They're doing some things, they're trying to incorporate that BASF technology into their shoes. It's not going very well on that end, but what they've done with this shoe is definitely worth talking about. I had to pick these up. I love them. I wear them several times a week to the gym. I can't say enough good things about this shoe. So let's break it down, talk about the materials used, talk about the construction of the shoe, and hopefully turn somebody out there onto this shoe and maybe make just one or two of you fall in love with the shoe like I have. So first and foremost, there's a complete knit upper all the way from the toe box underneath this upper vamp area right down to the heel panel, all knit, and honestly super soft. You know, I'm very familiar with fly knit, obviously been around longer than any other knit. Then you've got prime knit, which is taken the world by storm the last few years, and I don't think Puma has a name for their knit, and if they do, it's slipping my mind, but nonetheless, it's extremely soft. I love it. I think the knit is very well done on this shoe. And on this particular colorway, you've got greens, blues, blacks, just all sprinkled in there together. There's no real base for it, so it's just a multicolor is the best way I can describe it. I've got to hit on something really quick that if you watch my channel, you know I hate. This has an ankle collar on it, but I actually don't mind this one just because of this tongue, this vamp, I believe they call it, that comes right over the top of this. It almost doesn't feel like there's an ankle collar there. Obviously it hugs your ankle properly, which is what it's meant to do. It's meant to lock your foot in the shoe, and it serves its purpose. But having this tongue right here, it honestly makes it a completely different experience when wearing the shoe, and it took the hate that I personally have for ankle collars away. So I had to get that out of the way because I'm sure somebody will say, hey, I thought you hated ankle collars, and I do, but not on this shoe. So this shoe is definitely an exception to that. So while we're talking about this vamp, I really have no other words to describe it other than it overlays over the entire shoe, right from the top of the midsole on both the lateral and the medial sides of the shoe. In this particular colorway, features almost a suede nubuck material. I know some of the other materials, the blacks, are made out of leather. Right up on the top, you've got the Puma logo in a neon green, yellowish color. We got rope laces included with this shoe. This particular lace is kind of like a peach, blue, black. I have no idea how they decided that these colors work together, but somehow they do, I guess. Before I went any further, I had to pull out the alternate laces, yellow, peach, white. Like I said, just crazy colors, and believe it or not, it just works. Like I said, I have no idea how or why or whatever, but it works. So had to show you guys these laces. I'll definitely switch them out at some point. I just haven't yet. And while we're talking about laces, this lacing system is almost undescribable. The shoe does feature metal eyelets. You got two right here, and two more up top. The way they lace is, like I said, I really have no idea how to describe it. So basically, like any other shoe, lacing system starts down low. and then it just weaves in on both sides all the way up to the top, and then just comes up underneath right here, goes right through the vamp, and then you just tie them. You could literally lace this shoe so many different ways. This is the first way I tried. I appreciated it. It turned out good and it works. So if you do manage to pick these up, play with them, man. There's so much you could do with the lacing system. I wish I could describe it a little better. All I can do is just show it up close. Puma did some crazy things with this shoe. Next, heading to the back of the shoe, you've got an elastic strap, embossed Puma logo right there all the way across. And just like that ankle collar, that strap does a lot to hold your foot in place. You can actually feel it when it's on. It's not uncomfortable at all. You can definitely feel the support and stability it adds to the shoe. So like I always say, another great addition to this particular silhouette. I don't know if it's picking it up. Insole is not removable. It used to say Puma, but it wore off fairly quick. I have worn these shoes several times like I already mentioned previously, and that pretty much takes care of the upper. Let's head right down to the midsole, which features Puma's Ignite technology. For those of you not familiar with Ignite, it's actually a foam kind of material is the best way to describe it. I believe that's how Puma describes it. And it's nowhere near as soft as Boost. I can't really think of anything really to describe it or compare it to. It's just Puma's technology. Like I said, it's called Ignite, and they are very comfortable. Like I said, you're not gonna experience the same cushion you would in other technology, like what Adidas is doing with Boost and what Puma is trying to do with their energy technology, which is essentially, I don't wanna say a knockoff of Boost because I do believe it's still through BASF who produces the material, but nonetheless, Ignite, great cushion system. It's got good responsiveness, and it's just overall comfortable. I can wear these shoes all day long and it doesn't even faze me, you know, and that's one thing that's hard to do, especially when you've worn Boost for so long, is to go back or change or go to anything else and still have appreciation for it. And I still do, you know, I wear a lot of Nikes still, so that's why I wasn't hesitant to give these a try. The shoe is semi-wide, so you do have a lot of stability there. Just very well put together. So while we're talking about that midsole, as you can see, the actual bottom portion is just a white base, which is pretty boring considering the rest of the shoe, but I suppose they had to throw some white in there somewhere. And then lining the entire shoe all the way around, you've got a hot pink, electric pink, whatever you want to call it. And obviously that stands out like crazy, but somehow, some way, it manages to incorporate itself into the rest of the shoe, and it just works. Talked about the upper, talked about the Ignite midsole. Now let's head to the outsole of the shoe. Again, you've got that Ignite branding right there, and the entire outsole is basically an icy gradient translucent material. Starts up top with kind of a teal bluish, ends up yellow, you've got some greens fading all throughout there, and it's honestly pretty sticky. No other way to really describe it. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of experience with Puma, so I don't know if this type of outsole has been featured on any other models, but it works with this shoe. Again, crazy color scheme. I had to pick them up. There's another colorway that I'm hoping goes on sale, and while we're on sales, the reason I picked these up when I did is because they went on sale on footlocker.com for 49 bucks, and I just couldn't pass it up. You know, when you're used to spending $200+ on every shoe you pick up, finding something as dope as this for 50 bucks is almost unheard of. I think you can still find them on Foot Locker, but I think the price is back up to 70 bucks or so for this particular colorway. Most other colorways are going for 100 bucks. Kith had a Kith Strike colorway that went for 120. That's the Puma Tsugi Shinsei. Again, if I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. And other than that, guys, that's gonna pretty much do it for me. I'll throw these on foot as always, give you guys a look. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who subscribed off the last video, everybody who's subscribed up to now and supported my channel from the get-go. We're over 1,000 subs, sky's the limit now. Spread the word, let your friends know. Anybody who's into sneakers, like I said, we're gonna expand the channel at some point, do a podcast, just whatever, vlogs, whatever it may be. I'll get there. Again, thanks for the support up till now. And guys, until next time, peace out.